Yeah, my name's Marce Achen. I am on the board at the mission. I grew up in construction, grew up with a hammer and nail in my hands as far as I can remember. I always loved creating, always loved building stuff. Didn't really know God in the beginning of my life, and I got to meet Him through a series of, I guess, unfortunate events, we'll call it. But yeah, so that's my background, just building and working with my hands. That's all I've ever done. I've been sober for 20, going on 25 years. So I come from the trenches. I come from where I serve, I guess, if that makes sense. So it's always been a thing for me. I love serving people. Every year we go down south to Mexico and build houses for an outfit called One Mission. It's just part of my life and my family, and that's kind of what we do in our houses. We're big servers. So I didn't really in the beginning know I was going to be chairman. I was asked by a friend by the name of Barbara. I've gone to church with her for years and years, if I would be interested in serving on the board, and I have a servant's heart for sure. I think this is going on 2 years. I think I was super poor at it the first year, so they decided to give me another chance. I'm not really sure, but I think it's one of those things where you don't really, I've never been on a board before, and so the first year I was there, I didn't really know what I was doing, and just kind of like anything, you know, you experience it, you learn the ropes, and kind of wing it, and I mean, fake it till you make it, they say. And then I was offered by one of the board members, so they asked me if I was interested in becoming maybe chairman, and I thought, man, maybe God's calling me to do something, and I just stepped into it, and it's been really good. It's been really good. It's been great. I mean, it's been really good. I got to know some really, really cool people. I mean, we have some really, really great people on the board. It's kind of crazy. There's so many different, like, strong points that people have on the board. I mean, we all have our own, you know, pros and cons for sure, but like there's so many different things that we bring to the table as a board, and it's a really neat thing, a really cool thing to experience. So you'll see I'm terrible at speaking, but we have a guy that's on the board, it's been on the board forever, that he is like the guy. As soon as his turn comes up, you're gonna be like, whoa. we all have something to contribute, and it's really cool. I see in the mission a place that is I guess willing to step out of the norm, so willing to serve the downtrodden. And it's like I said in the beginning, it really speaks to my heart. It always has, because that's kind of where I come from. I grew up in a pretty rough environment, and like I can relate, you know what I mean? And so that's kind of what attracted me to it in the beginning. But then I saw people that really, like, you know, try not to cry here, but that have a huge heart for people that are, at the end of the day, just sick and eat up with sin. That's all it really is, you know. But yeah, I mean, that's what's attractive to it to me, because I mean, that's who Jesus came to seek out, is us, broken. Not everybody that's got their stuff together all the time. And so it just makes sense biblically, and then I just, you know, the people around here have such huge hearts, and it's legit. Like, it is one of my favorite places for sure. Greg, don't remember which department he is in. However, they just got back from a conference in Phoenix, and that was one of the things that he said in the last board meeting was amazing, is that, you know, he got countless comments on how, you know, how cool it was that the way we handle ourselves biblically and through Christian values. There's a whole bunch of other like nonprofits and homeless shelters or whatever that don't, and the employees there wish that they did or could. They're just not set up that way. So it is definitely is something that makes us stick out, something that I think is the game changer for sure. And you know as well as I do, that's where our sickness is in our hearts and in our, you know, spirits. So yeah, it's a huge thing for sure. So yeah, I am married. I have 5 children. My oldest is 22, and My youngest is 7, so I have a 7, 11. I'm gonna mess this up because I got too many kids. I got a 7 and 11. I got a 18, 19, and 22-year-old. Yeah, and so we live in Winter Haven, California. I work for the Yuma County Water Users. I run a hydroelectric power plant, manage and operate. I'm the only guy there, so we actually live in a company house on site. I've been there for 15 years. And then I have also a home inspection business that I do on the side. Expose 360 is the company name. And so I do that. And then my wife owns Smitty's Body Shop in town. And so we do that too. I have my oldest has moved out. She's doing excellent. She's working at the hospital. The next one is she's still living with us and getting her beauty degree. She's doing that. She's almost done with school, so she's doing excellent. My son is going to ASU in August, so it'll be his freshman year there. He's going to the aeronautics, so the East Valley campus, so he's all into that stuff. That's his jam, so he's loving that. And then I have 2 in Yuma Lutheran, and we're pretty active in that school. I'm the girls softball coach over there at Yuma Lutheran, so we do that, and we're just busy, super busy people. It's good though. It keeps me out of trouble. It's pretty exciting, the steps that we're taking to kind of plan and facilitate and put together a new shelter, like a bigger and better men's shelter, is so much needed in this community. And it's not just a men's shelter. There's other things going on there, some medical facility, and just a bunch of other things that will kind of take, instead of just being a homeless shelter, being a homeless shelter with different steps to becoming maybe a functioning adult. You know what I mean? Because a lot of the people that's I think a common misconception is that homeless people are just lazy. And so without a doubt, sometimes that's true, without a doubt. I would say the majority of the time it's that, we have a drug or alcohol addiction problem, mental health problem, and that's usually what lends itself to becoming homeless. And so I like the idea that we're taking a risk. We're taking a risk, I guess, at creating a new men's shelter. The beauty behind it is that it's creating a spot to kind of rehabilitate, you know what I mean? Because that's obviously, again, that's where I come from, the rehabilitation. Since I've been sober for 25 years, I understand the whole process, and it's such an amazing thing to go from that side of life to being a functioning member of society, and people actually love you and want to be around you. It's amazing. There's a whole lot going on over there. I mean, there's 3 separate buildings, and there's a bunch going on, so it's really cool. It's exciting, I think, and I'm probably, I'm not the newest person here, but I'm one of the newest people here. Like I said, it's been a couple of years, but just in those couple of years, like, I've become kind of so invested in it, like emotionally and everything, that's very exciting to me, is to be able to see all of everything that we've been meeting on kind of come to fruition, and be able to serve the community in that way would be awesome. That's kind of probably the greatest vision at this point to see happen. And again, the beauty of it is that we preach Jesus, to these people, and that's what they really need. And I just love that. I wouldn't be on board with it if it was just probably a men's shelter or a homeless facility. That just grabs my heart, and so it's an amazing thing. I mean, everybody has that too, right? Homeless, not homeless, it doesn't matter. I mean, we all have that crossroads at one point or another, but just the idea that we get to facilitate in having the conversation, right? Because it's a hard conversation to have about Jesus with people that don't know him, because 9 times out of 10 they just go, I don't want to hear you, you're full of it, whatever. So the idea then is to create a life alongside these people where they know that you really actually care for them, right? You facilitate and give them food, shelter, medical if they need it, all these programs that's created to help them. And then during that process, you get to have the conversation. Like, do you know what true love is? It's Jesus. Do you know who Jesus is? And so it's a whole thing, and it's amazing to watch. I love to be a part of it. Yeah, I mean, I think my only recommendation to the general public, and I know this is a tough subject, homelessness. It's kind of ugly. I mean, if we're being really honest, it's ugly. It's an ugly thing. It's hard to look at. It's hard to watch. It's easier to shove it off into a corner somewhere where you don't have to look at it. And I fully understand that, fully. But I would just challenge people that are scared or that are fearful of it to come down to the mission and see what really goes on, because it's actually an amazing transformation for a lot of people down there, and that's our mission, is the transformation. So that's my challenge.